We'll have to Google it and find out. But just been talking to these lovely ladies there, just walking past us, asking if I was getting the sunset, and I certainly am. I've got to watch this tide though, because the tide's right up on the feet of the tripod now. Look at that. How amazing is that rock formation? Those cliffs are stunning. Hello and welcome to another one. I am in a new location for me, very, very new location. And there's 3 reasons why I'm down here. I'm about 250 miles away from home. I'm off the week, so I thought I'd have a little bit of a travel before Boris ties us in. One was this. I wanted to come and get a shot of these cliffs, these beautiful, beautiful two-tone cliffs. How fantastic are they? The other thing we've got down here is these boulders on the beach. There's loads of boulders, little round boulders on the beach. So I've just literally got here. I've been here 5 minutes. I've just made my way down to the beach for a bit of a scouting mission, and I've brought all my gear as well. I'm at Hunstanton Beach, and there's a third thing, and I'm not going to tell you what the third thing is, because I'm going to make that a second video, or a third video even. I'm here overnight, so I'm going to do this evening. Looks like I'm in for a reasonable sunset, looking at that lot behind me. And yeah, I should be also in for a reasonable sunrise as well. So I'm parked pretty close. I've not got a lot of walking to do, but I'm on a scout. Oh, there's a fourth. There's a fourth. There is a fourth. And I forgot about the fourth. We're going to go and find that now. It's a shipwreck. Yes, you heard me. I'm on the hunt for another shipwreck, and I assume it's just round the edge here. So I'm going to shut up, show you some of this scenery, give you a taste of what there is to look at round here, and then I'm definitely going to take some photographs. I just made a mistake. I've left most of my batteries. I've got one spare battery for the camera, so I hope I've got enough battery to keep me going. I thought I'd just mention a couple of things about first things to do when you come down one of these beaches. One is the tide's going to come up relatively to the top of this level. You can tell by all these rocks that they're green. If they're green, that means the tide covers them often. So I'm aware of the tide, how high the tide's going to come to a fashion. It's about a 7 meter tide, so it's not a super high tide. I know high tide's around 7 o'clock, so that's after sunset. So I can't get myself caught on this beach because I've never been here before, and I don't know whether I'm going to get trapped to get back off down there. Chances are I haven't. I'm not. There are some windsurfers this way, so I could probably get off this end as well. But things like that you need to check out. You need to have a look, find out whether you're going to get stuck, what the high tide is, how high the tide is, and yeah, preferably how fast it comes in. This is a pretty flat beach, all by the rocks on it, and the rocks are amazing. Just look at them. There's just hundreds and hundreds of rocks. So when that water's around them, I bet it's going to be superb. But it'll give me a chance tonight to see what the tide does, so I can wreck it for the morning, because the morning again, high tide's somewhere around sunset, so I've got plenty of water at the right time at the right place, I think. So these are things to check out before you actually get yourself stuck. So I'm not planning on getting stuck, but I am planning on finding the wreck, and that's possibly it over there from my Google searching before I came. So let's see if I can find this wreck first, and then get this sunlight set up for a photograph of these cliffs, because these cliffs are amazing. I've never seen anything like it. Look at them. Look how beautiful they are. Absolutely beautiful. Someone out there will tell me why it's that colour. Someone will. me shipwreck, and it's windy. I'm hoping you can hear me all right, because it is really, really windy. When I turn face the wind, it is really blowing a gale right in your face. That's why I've got my wind basher out on today. And yeah, what a fantastic wreck. And I think we're planning for a Sunstar, which is somewhere around here by my face. Sunstar, the bow of the boat, a little bit of water in the bottom there. But I think I'm just going to set up and take a couple of shots just to get myself flowing, just to get me eye in check, get these red cliffs behind while the softer sunlight's on the, you know, on the horizon coming across. I've got to watch the tide here though. You can see the tide there. It's definitely coming in quick along that piece there, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. But I need to find out what this wreck is and how long it's been here. Wow, I do love stuff like this. And here we are at the back, right at the stern, and it's looking right down into the sun. It might actually work, you know, with a bracketed shot, but I need to get my camera out and act on it rather than just standing here talking about it. Got my first composition set up on my second one. I took one down there, just a bit of a quick snap, but I thought I'd come up a little bit higher just so I can get the whole length of the ship in. I'm just going to turn the camera off to conserve my batteries while I can. When I'm out in the van, I need to conserve them the best I can. Yeah, I've got the sun right in the image. It's really, really bright, obviously, because I'm shooting into the sun. I'm not quite sure how this is going to work because the dynamic range is out, well, just off the charts. But I can see all the ribs of the boat, and this is a steel hull boat by the looks of it. Well, not by the looks of it, this is a steel hull or an iron hull, whatever it is. It's metal anyway. And you can see all the ribs and all the, I used to know what they were called, but I can't think what they're called now, all the little ribs all the way through it. So I'm trying to get a full length of the boat, and like I say, I'm keeping an eye on the waves behind me or the water behind me. It's windy, but it's not too big of waves. I tried it with the polarizer and without the polarizer. I'm at f22, but I'm also going to do one at f11 just to make sure that I got the right sort of sharpness in the image. Because f22 and there's not a Sunstar at the moment, so it's a pointless really shooting at that. I need to get down really low. And that's the first one shot. I am going to move around. I'm going to move around quite quick to try and do the best I can and see what it's like in the morning as well. It could be a completely different story in the morning, and the tide will be going out, so it's safer. But yeah, this is really, really cool. God, just in this short amount of time you can see the tide catching up with me already, and it's nearly at the front of the boat already. So I'm just going to move around and try and get another composition set up before the tide grabs me and I'm going to have to start retreating that way. I've got loads of beach that side, but yeah, like I said, it definitely came in quick this side, so, and it is catching up on the front of that bow really, really quick. So let's see if I can get another shot before the water gets around it, and then I'm going to try and get a shot with some water around it, and then I'll retreat that way and try and find some more compositions. I might not be able to video you because I can't put the video down and play with the water at the same time, so it's a case of balancing the act between you and the camera. Let's see what we can do with this. I'll show you a few images as I go along. So we're set up for another one. And I put the green thing on my bag again. Remember what I said to you, when you're on the beach and stuff like that, put your waterproof cover on your bag, because then if you put it down in the sand and you get any grit or anything in it, you can just shake your bag off afterwards. Otherwise it ends up inside your camera bag. And I nearly lost it just now, it nearly blew off. Yeah, the image I've got set up now, I'm looking directly into the sun again, and I've got the waves coming in from the left hand side, the right hand side. But you can see the ribs of the boat from both sides, and I really quite like. So I'm going to switch it over to video for you, just to show you what it is I'm setting up and what I'm doing. So we've got these ribs on this side of the boat, as you can see there, and you've got the ribs on the boat this side there, and then there's the tide coming in and the sun's really, really bright up there, and what I'm trying to do is get that down to f22 to get a bit of a sunburst, and I'm just going to wait for it to drop a little bit lower as well. But I just like this framing from there to there. just leading you down into the sun. I just got to wait for these people up there to move though. That's the only problem with that. You can't do much about people when they're walking around looking on the beach. But I can take several images and then just cut them out and blend them out afterwards. Now the tide's just got up to the edge of the boat. So the tide's definitely on me now already, which is pretty quick. And those people are starting to move, but they're right over in the left-hand side of the image. But I'll be able to clone them out afterwards. But the tide's round the bow, so I'm definitely going to have to move up. Excuse me. Have to move up and try and get some of the water rushing round, and maybe put a 10 stop on just to smooth it all out. But yeah, I like this composition. I do quite like this because it just looks all the way down the boat into the water. I might even try a 10 stop on this one as well. But that tide is definitely crept up on me, so I'm going to get some water spots on the front of the camera if I'm not careful. Well, I'm just going to shoot again now. There's a flock of birds flying over towards the sun. I really don't suppose you'll be able to see them, but you never know. But I'm just going to enjoy this evening. Definitely going to enjoy this evening. I love being by the sea. The wind, the sunset, beautiful, absolutely perfect. As long as I don't get stuck on this side of the cliff. Not getting too wet. Nothing like trying to do a video and photographs and not get wet. I don't know, to be honest. I just asked the people up there and they weren't sure, so we'll have to Google it and find out. But I've just been talking to these lovely ladies there, just walking past us, asking if I was getting the sunset, and I certainly am. I've got to watch this tide though, because the tide's right up on the feet of the tripod now. And what I've done is I've tried to put the tripod against the actual rocks so that it's not sinking too much, and I've been playing with my shutter speeds, trying to do things a little bit different, because every so often you're getting a breaking waves just smashing over the front, and I'm hoping that the light catching it, glistening on the water, is going to look really nice in the photo, but it's really hard to tell. I've now got a little bit of negative space. I've got the sea on the side, so I've got the sea over to the side. Tell you what, I'll switch over to video to show you what I'm doing. Right, so I've got this negative space you see over there on this side there, just a little bit of negative space because the sea's coming in around me and you're getting the water coming right round the boat now, so I'm trying to smooth all this out with a 10 stop, or a 6 stop rather, and then I've got the sun there, and you can just see there where the breaking water's just breaking over the front, and that's what I'm trying to get in the image if I can get it. So let's just keep trying to fire that and keep taking the shots. Let's get the 2-second timer on and get a few more images, and I'm getting a bit excited and just a bit wary that I've got lots of cameras in my hand and the tide's coming to get me. Look, here it comes, here it comes. Ah, right, I'm going to concentrate on a few photographs. I'm back in a sec. I'm not sure if I was recording just then, but I'm just saying that I nearly made one of my mistakes. So I said to you at the beginning of the video, whatever you do, don't take your mind off the sea. As you can see, I'm walking along the edge of the sea right now. I've just got to get across this little bit of the beach. But yeah, I got carried away taking pictures like normal and didn't think about the beach. I was okay where I was, but I didn't estimate how quick it would come up on this actually bit of sand. I'm all right, I'm not going to get stuck, but yeah, could have been another 10 minutes and I might have been climbing over all them rocks there to get back. Not good. So yeah, always keep your wits about you when you're out in the wind. Oh, out in the wind, out next to the sea. But I did get me sunset. I watched the sun go down. I had me shipwreck. I need to find out the details about it. Woo. Wow, this is exhilarating. The wind is blowing quite a lot, but the sea's calm, if that makes any sense. And I'm now knackered. Right, I'm in a safer area, so I'm going to calm down, catch my breath, put my tripod down because I'm carrying it in my hand and it's got heavy. Oh. Well, I'm done. I'm just sheltering behind a little ice cream stand because the wind's coming down this direction, so you might be able to hear me now, but thoroughly enjoyed that. And I can now see that the tide for the morning, definitely, because we've got another half an hour or so of tide, I think the tide comes right up to the white rocks, so I know that for the morning. So when I come down here it's going to be that high. I'm going to walk out into the wind, so I'm going to have to start speaking up again. And I'm just going to go for a bit of a recce now, just have a look down the beach, because like I say, there is a fourth thing, or a third that's now the fourth, down here that I've come to shoot. And I'm going to spend all day here tomorrow and probably tomorrow night, so I've got the sunrise and the sunset tomorrow to work it out. I'd like a little bit of grey sky, to be honest, but I just want to see how far down here I've got to walk. So I'm going to say thanks for watching this one. Not sure how long or short it was or how interesting it was. It was just a case of me finding the wreck and getting a shot of it and show you in these cliffs. And sunrise might be quite nice on these cliffs. I just need to work out where it is, because I wasn't expecting the sun to go down over there, but I'm on the edge of the lumpy bit in England. So because you're on the edge of the lumpy bit, because I'm on the east coast, I thought the sun would have gone down over the back of the hills, or you know, on the countryside, but I can see the sunset, so it's a bit weird. So I'm assuming sunrise is going to be somewhere over there, I'm thinking. So I'll have to get my app out and see if I can get a signal on it and try and work out where it is. But we've got all these breakwaters here and these little markers. I just tried to take a picture of one, but it was shaking around, so there's no chance. Hopefully there'll be less wind tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for watching this. Don't forget to watch next week's and last week's, because I was in the woods last week making a right mess of myself. But I got to see an amazing tree. So till next time, get out and shoot, watch the sea. It won't watch you, it'll take you with it. Ciao for now, see you soon.